Good morning, everybody. It's a Wookie Cookie kind of day. What were they thinking? I mean, yes, the rhyming scheme, it's there, but still. I mean, his pose is even, I don't get it. And, you know, Han's just like, don't you eat that cookie. Don't you eat that cookie. And Leia is just uncomfortable and does not want to be there. I mean, that's what I'm seeing here. This is what this all translates to. So, Millennium Falcon on either side, being attacked by TIE fighters. And then the Wookiee with his cookie. We've taken the best parts of your favorite Chewie treat and blasted them into our masterfully roasted coffee to create a brew capable of navigating the most dangerous adventures. I have no idea what that means. That tells me absolutely nothing. Interesting. Usually they're very forthcoming, but I mean, I guess it's a cookie? Chocolate chip cookie flavored coffee. Oh, I'm interested as to what this is going to taste like. I don't know. It already smells like Chips Ahoy. Yeah. Chips Ahoy and coffee. Which I will admit is not a bad combination. I guess. I don't mind Chips Ahoy, but Chips Ahoy's not chewy. Chips Ahoy's crispy. And I like a crispy cookie. I'll do a nice chewy cookie if it's like a big fat, like Toll House. Toll House does really good chewy cookies. But usually I like the brown butter crispy cookies. Those are always, ooh, very nice. Ooh, yes, very good. Okay, do our regular ratio thing. Let's take a look at these beans after we get a measurement here. $28.1. Gorgeous. Yeah, these beans look a little darker and smaller than normal. Maybe it's just that season. It might be the season that we're in. It does have a really nice smell, very sweet, kind of cookie-like, very cookie and coffee-like, and you know, chocolate chips and coffee go really well together. Some of these beans are a little light, some of these beans are a little dark. Very interesting. Okay, so we have weighed out 28.1 grams of Wookie Cookie. I know I'm a juvenile. I know I'm a 47-year-old juvenile, but Wookie Cookie, I mean, it's just, they knew. They had to know. Anywho, all right, so let's get this at a medium, and we're going to grind it. As always, it grinds up really super well. The smell has actually lasted through the grind as opposed to yesterday where the tiramisu was kind of lost and the coffee smell kind of overwhelmed everything with regards to the smell, because in the bag it was very like cake-like, tiramisu, sweet, mascarpone, cocoa kind of smell. This actually retains some of its chocolate smell along with the coffee grind, so that's kind of cool. We will zero it, and we'll wait for our water to get hot. It won't be too much longer. And it's raining, and they're mowing. I mean, now growing up, if the lawn had gotten too high, my father would go out and mow in a thunderstorm. We lived on the side of a hill, and the grade on that hill in some spots was like this. Well, we didn't live on the side of a hill, we lived on the top of the hill, and then the hill kind of almost immediately, the grade started to go kind of this way, and then the road, and then another grade down. So we lived in a hilly area, very hilly area at the foothills of the Appalachians. So when it was wet, he had a garden tractor, and that garden tractor would slip and slide all over the place. So he had put chains on the back tires to keep traction going, and he mowed like a madman. You know, he would kind of go like, he would go straight, and then he'd turn, and then he'd come back, and then he'd do that snake pattern. And he would start at the bottom while it was wet, and then he'd work his way up. And I would watch him on this tractor. And when it wouldn't go up the hill because it was so wet and slippery, he would start bouncing on the back of the tractor. And you would see the front end go up like this. I was just waiting for it to continue up because there's a lot of weight on the back of that tractor. I'm not saying my dad was fat. He was a very tall, broad-shouldered man who worked in a dog food factory lifting heavy bags. So, I mean, he wasn't svelte. He wasn't slim. He was just an average tall man. And he carried a lot of weight. And it was just watching him do that was always anxiety building in my head. And he never let us mow. We never got to mow. It was always him going out and mowing because that's what he did. And I'm pretty sure it was just to go out there and clear his head. I know we're very much alike with our mental problems. So I understand now, having gone out and mowed myself on a flat piece of ground that was full of ruts for 7 years. I understand the therapy that is going out there and mowing and being in your own thoughts and being able to shout at things because the tractor was on full blast and very loud. So there's a lot of therapy in that. But yeah, he would go up and down that hill, and it was a giant hill, and it kind of tapered at the bottom of our driveway. We had a fairly long driveway, and it was a hill that was kind of like this, but the side of the hill on the house, it was like, the house was here, and then there were hills on both sides of the house going down. One was going down into the forest, the other one was going down our lawn to a road and then back down into the forest. We were just on top of a hill. It's the reason why one of my legs is longer than the other. It's because we lived on the side of a hill. If you've heard that joke, you've probably lived close to the West Virginia border. So, and we're done. Sam's Club's got Reese's dipped animal crackers, and they are pretty good. You can eat 4 of them, and it's only like 140 calories, so I'm not counting calories. It's just fascinating. And they're pretty big. I mean, that's not actual size. That's enlarged to show detail, of course. That's what it says on the bag. But I mean, they're about that big, about the size of animal crackers. It's kind of nice. All right, let's get her started here. We'll get ourselves a little bit of a bloom feast here. We'll Wookie our cookie and see what happens. They had to know, right? Somebody had to be like, you're going to call it that. Oh, okay. That's sure. Sure, buddy. You go right ahead. Oh, somebody had to know. Wookie Cookie. And then the pose. I mean, what is going on there? Have him have his bowcaster up on his shoulder, like just something like that. No, he's got his hands in his pants. He just does. A 47-year-old weirdo. I play video games. I stream on YouTube. I do coffee videos 3 days a week. I have a Star Trek collection. I'm going to, after I'm edited this and started uploading it, I'm going to sit down and watch the last episode of the X-Men cartoon series that I have loved since the first episode. It's absolutely flippin' fantastic. I mean, the only downside is you have to be subscribed to Disney Plus. And I know that people don't need or feel like they don't need another subscription in their lives, and that's completely valid. I understand completely. Everything has a subscription. Everything has now moved to, now you don't want commercials that we've introduced. So here's another tier of, then they've just done that. And, nobody wants cable anymore, really. The youth of today, which, I'm in the middle part. I'm in the transitioning part. I watched cable become more mainstream. You know, I watched pay-per-view develop into a cable thing rather than being a closed access thing. You had to go to a bar or something that had purchased a closed circuit license, or you had to know someone whose satellite dish could be pointed in the right direction in the sky to catch the beam that they were sending from the satellite down to those providers, and then just, you know, catch it that way, which I think we did twice because my best friend's aunt had a satellite dish that pointed in the right direction. Our satellite dish did not point in the correct direction, so we went to their house to watch that kind of stuff, so that was fun. Our generation is the one, really, that watched records go to tapes, tapes go to CDs, you know, other different little media that they tried to make happen that didn't happen. You know, TVs go from analog to digital. You know, there were just so many things. VCRs, betas, VCRs, VCRs dying and DVDs happening, and then Blu-rays happening. I mean, we were we were here in the middle of all of that transition. And I mean, it's no wonder we're messed up. We've just seen so much innovation happen in technology in a very, very short amount of time when compared to some of the technology that's happened over the years. You know, we definitely saw like a boom in that kind of stuff. Innovation, retiring of certain types of media, that kind of a thing. So, you know, I'm not bragging about that. I'm just saying that's just the reality. You know, we've seen so much happen, you know. We've seen so much happen in our short time that it's no wonder why we're so goofy. It's no wonder why we're still waiting on flying cars when new cars that come out, you can't put them through a car wash or else they will void their warranty. And then the other warning is you can't wash it in direct sunlight, otherwise you will void the warranty. I mean, what is that? Wow. I mean, it's fine to say I was wrong, this is horrible, we need to sue this guy. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying, you know what, we made a mistake. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And yeah, there are going to be people who are like, I told you so, but there are going to be just as many people that are like, yes, we are here with you now. You know, it's okay to have been wrong. Now we need to make this better, because the way it is right now, it's not going to get better. That one guy's being coddled way too much, in my humble opinion. You know, and that's from a person that whose family, you know, my husband does own a Polestar too. So we have an electric car, and it's had its problems. We've had to replace the 12-volt battery. We've had to replace the entire seatbelt assembly because of a rattle, which they were happy to do. We took it in. They're like, "Cool, we'll get this done for you. It's under warranty." You know, and there were no ifs, ands, or buts. The tech was able to see that was happening, and they were like, "Sure, we'll fix it." He had to have his brakes replaced because there was some kind of an issue where they were wearing strangely. And it was really weird. And then they were like, we diagnosed that, we're going to take care of it. They replaced all 4 brakes. It was in warranty. It was, you know, taken care of. So Wookie Cookie. Okay. Well, it smells like coffee, to be honest. Is that cookie? Is that a chocolate chip cookie? I don't know what that is. It's not bad. It tastes like good coffee. It's a nice medium roast. I mean, it's Bones Coffee. They've got a good medium roast going on. But I don't know if I really taste that much cookie. The tiramisu was very flavorful, and it definitely held elements and notes of what was on the bag, which was tiramisu. Maybe it's just too subtle for me to taste. It's a tasty, mellow, easily drinkable cup of coffee. Which is why I'm still drinking it and haven't poured it down the sink. But maybe a chocolate chip cookie is just too subtle when it butts heads against a medium roast coffee bitterness. The more I drink it, the more it does build up, though. And, I mean, I can see how that could be called cookie. Chocolate chip cookie. I don't know, though. It's subtle. It's a note, I guess. It's just not the strongest note that they've ever put out. I mean, the strongest note's the Crusader Cup. Scotcheroo, the butterscotch and chocolate. That was a punch in the face. This is a lot more subtle. But it's still a good cup of coffee. It's very tasty. It's just incredibly subtle. That's not bad. It's good. Certainly won't get it again, but if I want just a cup of coffee, I think that this is probably what I would go to. The smell is very cookie-like, very Chips Ahoy-like, but I really don't get that much of a flavor in the coffee itself. But it is a good cup of coffee regardless. Thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. Tomorrow, I have a doctor's appointment, and it's pretty important. So nothing life-threatening, just apparently my testosterone level is pretty well below average. So I'm going to a urologist to talk about options and see what they think. So that is going to be an interesting adventure. The questions that I had to answer for the pre-entrance thingy online were extensive. So, and I don't know if there was a right or wrong answer to them. I just answered them as I thought they should be answered. So, and that's at 10:30 tomorrow morning. So if I do a coffee, it'll probably be a little later in the day. So I do apologize about that, but I should take care of my health. And so should you. You should take care of your health. Go get some screenings done. Go make sure if you have a history of cancer in your family, go make sure you get that looked at. You know, make the best of what you got and don't leave anything to chance like my grandfather did. Of course, he lived to be 81 years old, but he died in an incredible amount of pain that it seemed like no drug that they put in him would fix. He had a lot of cancer. He smoked and drank since he was an early teenager. So don't take your health for granted. Go get tested. It's fine. There's nothing unmanly about it. There's nothing unwomanly about it. There's nothing non-binary about it. It's something that you should do. You should take care of yourself if you can. And that's my public service announcement for today. Have a great day. We will talk to you hopefully tomorrow. If not, we will definitely talk back at you on Tuesday of next week. So have a good weekend, nevertheless. We'll see you later. Bye.